Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Southeast Iowa. And I am so glad you're here, whether you're watching this live or watching the replay. So today is my monthly online card class, which means everyone can watch, and we're going to be making 3 cards. We're going to make one all occasion, a birthday card, and then we're going to be making 2 Christmas cards. Now, this monthly online card class that I'm doing right now, I also do this in person. So if you would like to get the kit to make the 3 cards that I'm going to share today, you can get it absolutely free by placing a $50 order with me. And if your order is $75 or more, I will send you also a package of embellishments plus the kit to make the 3 cards. And you will either receive these package of Cajun craze and gold dots that we're going to use on our all occasion card, or you will receive a package of traditional sparkling sequins that we're going to use on the 2 Christmas cards that we make today, if your order is $75 or more. But if your order is $50, at least $50, or it can be higher, I will send you the card kit absolutely free. And you'll get the card bases and all the pieces and everything. But you do need your inks and your own stamps. All right. Well, let me turn the camera down so we can get started. So the first stamp set we're going to use is Layered Thoughts. This is an online exclusive. I like this because you can put love, you, thank you, happy birthday to you. You can, we have of, so you can just make different words. You can change them around. So we're going to make a happy birthday card. So we're going to start with Mossy Meadow card base, and it's just a regular card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm just going to go ahead and fold that in half. I don't think I got that lined up quite like I wanted, so let's just go ahead and do that again. I was looking up. All right. And then we have an embossed piece. You're going to get a strip of two-tone Cajun Craze cardstock. I always put a little S so you know what you need to stamp on. And then you'll have very vanilla. This is very vanilla cardstock for the inside layer. And you will receive a piece of designer series paper. And if you want to make a masculine card, you could use the back of the designer series paper. So one side has the more fall. And so if you have a fall birthday, this would work perfect. But if you want to do a masculine, you could do that. We're going to do this right here. And let me go ahead and do our stamping first. All right, so we need our stamp happy birthday. And because it's a large stamp, I'm going to use Mossy Meadow ink, but I'm going to take the ink to the block. I just find it's easier when you have a large image for a stamp. Then I'm just going to stamp, give it some pressure, straight up. Just going to clean that off camera. And then what we're going to do is that we're going to take our scissors, and we're just going to cut around. We're just going to cut around this image. Now, if you didn't want to cut around it, you could just use your trimmer and you could, just you cut it. You could even cut that and make happy and birthday the same. Like if you wanted to cut it into, what I'm trying to say, you could trim this and have happy and then birthday and put it in a different place. We're going to go ahead and take our Berry Vanilla and layer this in here, which is 5 by 3 3/4. And put it right inside here. If anyone, so please say hi. I think I have, yeah, so I can see your comments. Looks like we do have some people on, so it must be working. You always, you never know, right? I think last week I record it twice. All right, so now this layer, or this Berry Vanilla is 5 1/4 by 4, and it's embossed with a Forever Plaid embossing folder. I'm going to show you an alternative card to this. And so what I am going to do is that I am going to layer our Cajun Craze, and I'm just going to leave it just like it is. On the alternative card, I'm going to show you, I have done some tearing. So you'll have, a couple of examples. So I'm just going to put some adhesive at the top of my designer series paper, just like that. And then I'm going to layer it. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add it to, actually, yeah, we'll just do that. I was going to go ahead and put that very vanilla layer on first, but which you can. But we'll just go ahead and get this all ready. Hello, Sheila. Thanks for joining me today. So we're just going to add that right here. And then we're going to bring in our card base. And we're going to go ahead and add some adhesive to our Forever Plaid embossed Berry Vanilla cardstock. And then we're going to bring in our happy birthday greeting, and we're going to pop that up. I think I'm going to just take a little more off the edge. Not a lot, but a little bit, because I want more of that Cajun Craze to show. So we're bringing our dimensionals. And then we'll place that, trying to get the same amount on each side. I think it needs to go over just a little bit. Just like that. Let's bring in our Cajun Craze. So as I said, this is my online monthly card class. Everyone can watch. This is the same one that I do in person. But if you would like to get this kit free, just like in my in-person card class, you place an order with me and you have at least for online at least $50, and you'll get this card kit sent to you for all 3 cards that we're going to make today. So here is the happy birthday. And then let me show you the alternative card. Now the alternative card is that you would stamp happy birthday on very vanilla cardstock, and then you run your cardstock through the Forever Plaid, because anytime that you stamp on embossed, you want to stamp first and then emboss. And then here I tore my Cajun Craze to kind of give it the two-tone cardstock to give it a little bit of just a different look. So just a minute, something's okay. So we got somebody on here that I don't know how to get rid of. So let's see. I don't know. All right. Well, all right. I'm just going to go ahead and go on. And if somebody else knows how to take that person off, because it's not really about our crafting, please do that. So here is our first two cards, and again, first one card actually, but I showed you the alternative, and this is a all occasion, a birthday card. So we're going to move into Christmas now, and my featured product of the week is Festive Friends, and I just love these little guys. I just love these little characters. Aren't they so cute? And you have this tree to and from. Santa's coming to town. We wish you a Merry Christmas. And you got a snowflake. And then it also comes with dies that cut out all of the images, plus the tree. And you have a label. This is a label or a tag die. It can be used. It's just a little tag. Let me show you. Hi, Judy. Good to see you. So here's a little tag. Isn't that cute? You can make tags. You have snowflakes. You have a different tree than the one here. And then, so lots and lots of dies. All right. So let me show you some cards where I've used the elf, the Santa, and then today we're going to make a card using the snowman. Okay. So here's a card with the Santa Claus. Santa's coming to town. And I've added some Winka Stella to his beard and mustache. And then here is another card. We wish you a Merry Christmas with the elf. And I think I used crumb cake for the skin tone. And then we have another elf that I used petal pink for the skin tone. And then here I used ivory for Santa. So just kind of give you a little different look. Oh, thanks, Judy. I'm glad that you like. Yes, that snowman. I do like snowman. So here are, as you can see, I've been having fun with this. So today we're going to make the snowman. Now you will receive envelopes. If you place an order with me and get this kit for free, you will receive envelopes for your cards. And if your order is over 50, you also will receive a package of embellishments. We're going to start with Pool Party, which I've already cut and folded, just a regular size. And we have our basic white that we're going to stamp on. You're also going to have a die cut from the textured note dies. So we're going to be using that. And then you're going to have two basic white, and one will be for the inside, and which we are going to stamp on. And then the larger one is going to be for the outside. And then you'll have some designer series paper. All right, so let's go ahead and just attach our designer series paper. Isn't this beautiful paper? This paper here is a traditional, traditions. So we're going to layer that right on here. I was thinking I had that somewhere. This is that beautiful paper that I'm talking about that we're using. And it is the Traditions of Christmas. And it is in our mini catalog. The paper's in the mini catalog. This Festive Friends I believe is an online exclusive. It's hard to keep track, I'll tell you. What we're going to do next is that we're going to bring in some ribbon. We're going to bring in this beautiful red sheer, or not sheer, but beautiful shiny ribbon. And we are going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this around. Now, we're not going to wrap it clear around because nobody sees the back of it, right? So we're just going to make it just a little bit longer. And then I'm just going to bring in a piece of tape. Yes, that red and gold and white is very pretty. Of that designer series paper. It's hard to put adhesive on that. It's so pretty. All right, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this to our card base. Okay, now let's go ahead and do some stamping. This is the inside layer. We're going to use Pool Party ink, and we're also going to use our black ink today. So here's our Pool Party, and I'm going to bring in our little snowflake, and this is for the inside layer. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to put a snowflake in each corner. Just like that. Then we're going to bring in the die cut from the textured notes. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and put a snowflake in each of those corners. And then I am going to stamp the sentiment, but I'm going to wait because I want to make sure my placement is correct. So let's go ahead and bring in our cute little snowman. Isn't he cute? And then I'm going to bring in our black ink and we'll go ahead and ink him up. Looks like I have good coverage. All right. Then I'm going to come in with some Stampin' Blends. We're going to need this black ink, but I'm going to just cover that up because if I don't, it'll be all over me, right? All right, so I'm going to use light real red, even though it says dark real red, but I meant to leave out the light, but don't fear because it's close. There we go. Because even the light real red is fairly dark, isn't it? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to cover or color his hat. Then I'm going to skip one. Skip one, we'll leave it white. And then we'll just cover. And of course, let's see, it's got a red sash. You could do that in Pool Party if you wanted to. I have one ready to go, so I'm kind of doing it kind of quickly, but just wanted to show you. And then I'm using light pumpkin pie for his nose. And then I'm going to bring in some Pool Party. Hi, Kathy. Yes, that snowman is so cute, isn't it? I'm going to give you a tip from Rhonda Wade, who's another demonstrator. And so I'm going to bring in the Pool Party, and I'm just going to lightly, just kind of lightly color right inside the lines of the face and the body, and right down here. And it just makes, what it does, it kind of gives you, don't know if you can see, but just kind of makes it look kind of cool and kind of like ice. Like so. All right. And then we would just die cut this out, which I have already done. So now we can use this for placement. So we're just going to lay this right here. So then we will know where we're going to stamp "We wish you a Merry Christmas." So let's bring in our black ink. And we'll ink this up. And "We wish you a Merry Christmas." And now let's go ahead and bring our card base back. And we're going to go ahead first. We're going to add our basic white, which is cut at 5 3 3/4, inside our Pool Party cardstock card base. I mean, who doesn't like a cute snowman, right? And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pop up with dimensionals. The textured notes. This is that we die cut. And you would have that in your kit. If you place an order and get this card kit free, you'll have this already die cut out for you. All right, now let's get this lined up. Just kind of best I can. And then we're going to pop up our little snowman. Just like that. And oh, he's so cute. I love Festive Friends. Okay, let me find our embellishments. Okay. Oh, right in front of me. They were right in front of me, but I was looking to the side. All right. I love these gems. They're flat, traditional sparkling sequins. They're easy to mail. You have several colors. We're going to use, of course, Pool Party, and just going to see how that would look right inside. I like that. We just put them right inside right on the snowflake. Okay, I think we'll just do it, just the 3. What do you think? You like this card? We wish you a Merry Christmas. All right, so this is our second card. So we had a birthday card. So we've done a birthday card and a Christmas card, and we have another Christmas card to do. And of course, you know that I'm going to ask you which one that you like the best when we get done, right? Okay. All right. Well, we are going to use Pine Tree Trimmings for our next card. And this comes with dies. The dies fit really nice in the case. And you have your tree die, and then you have star, and you have some extra, some like the for the presents. So I'm gonna leave that out. So we're gonna do some heat embossing today. So we've used some blends and heat embossing. This is a card that we're going to make. Sending Christmas wishes. I think it's really pretty and elegant, easy to make. We're going to use Old Olive ink. We'll get our blocks. We're going to use this beautiful, beautiful ribbon. It is gold striped, which is exactly right. It's gold striped. So Sheila, the trees would be your favorite. Yes, I do like trees too. That I do. Okay, let me go ahead and bring in what we need. And we'll set this aside. So for this card, you're going to receive an Old Olive cardstock for your base, for your card base. You're also going to get birchwood embossed piece. So you have basic white birchwood embossed piece. You're going to get a piece of designer series paper that again is from that traditional designer series paper, and it is a specialty paper because it has gold flecks in it, so it is a little bit more, expensive. So we're just going to go ahead and just work with the pieces as we go. So we're going to start and go ahead and add our designer series paper, which is cut 2 by 4. We're going to add that to our embossed layer. And I'm going to put it approximately, you get that, in the middle. It may not be exact, but I do want this to be straight. And I hope it is. All right. So now what we're going to do is that we are going to wrap that pretty ribbon around these 2 layers. And then tie a bow on the left-hand side. So I'm leaving my ribbon on my spool or my roll because I feel like I don't waste it as much that way. So I think I have some adhesive on my fingers. How did that happen, right? And then wants to stick to the ribbon. Okay, so then I'm just going to kind of pull it right over here. Wrap it around. Wrap it around. There we go. And then you can kind of work with the ribbon. You can hang on to the middle. You can make it smaller, larger, whatever you want. And then when you get ready, you pull these to make it tight. And then you can still work with it a little bit more. There we go. And then I'm going to cut that. All right. And we can maybe trim that again, but we'll just leave that right there. And I do want this over as much as I can to the left. And now we're going to adhere these together. So we're going to add this to our card base. I guess you can, I don't think you need to put any adhesive on the ribbon because when you place this down, it's going to take care of that. This ribbon is so pretty. I think it makes the card look so elegant. All right, let's go ahead and lay this. Well, no, let's just go ahead and add our inside piece. You could stamp inside this, but I'm not today, so I'm just going to go ahead and add our basic white layer inside. And this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4 for our inside layer. And you have just a little bit of that old olive. That's what I like about the green glue. I can kind of still work with it if it gives me a little bit of wiggle room, I guess. All right, we're going to bring in, this is what I'm going to stamp on it. It'll say S for you. You're going to have another piece of basic white and old olive cardstock, and then another piece here. So we're actually going to stamp on this also, but we're going to stamp and cut out here. So all right, so let's go ahead and do some stamping. I'm going to bring in our old olive. This is a brand new so I need to run some wax up there. Okay, let's see. We'll just grab another old olive that isn't new. All right, I'm going to go ahead and ink up this tree. That'll be a good tip of the week, won't it? To how to be able to, you can use like chapstick to run up and down those chapstick works pretty well too. All right, so I've stamped our tree, and now I'm going to ink this up again, and I'm going to stamp full strength, and I'm going to kind of do it towards the top because we're also going to add our sentiment at the bottom of the trees. So I want to have enough room down here. Okay, I'm going to ink this up, and then I'm going to go ahead and just stamp off and stamp on. Full strength, and then I'll just leave what's there and stamp right here, just like that. And I think I'm going to put another one in the middle. So I stamped off because I want a little bit lighter. So I'm trying to show a forest of trees. Is kind of what I'm showing there. Okay, and that is all of the old olive that we need. Now, we could use, this is the die for the tree, and we could die cut this out, but it makes it look a little boxy on this particular image. So this die works well for this tree, and it works well for this tree. I even like stamping both of these together and using this die to cut it out. And yes, you can use this, but if you notice, it doesn't line up quite as well as it does on these two trees. So I find that I prefer just to take my scissors and cut this tree out. Hi, Marilyn. I'm glad you're joining us today. So I'm just going to take this, and I didn't go ahead and cut it out ahead of time because I wanted to show you that it really does not take very long to do. Now I am leaving a little white around the edges. And then we're going to do some heat embossing, and we're going to emboss the sentiment. Sometimes you just need to get rid of that. It's dragging you down, right? I know it is the last day of September, but I tell you, Christmas will be here before we know it. Especially those of you that like to make Christmas cards and get them sent out. You want to do them now, not wait, so you can enjoy the holiday with family and friends. during Barn Chats today, which is at the end, I will share my October club with you. So I can look at that, and there we go. All right, so now let's go ahead. We're going to wait to put this tree on. We're going to go ahead and add our sentiment. Our sentiment's going to be, well, I have from our house to yours. I think that is going to be inside. So let me grab what I want to put on the outside. Sending and we could add that inside too, but we didn't. So I am going to add sending Christmas wishes. And then inside you could add from our house to yours. So I'm just going to use my grid paper. I'm going to turn my grid paper over. It doesn't matter, but this is inches on this side. And all right. And then I want to make sure that I have it straight. So we will. Looks good. All right, now let's bring in what we're going to need for embossing. Mary Lynn, you've been in the hospital for 40 days? Oh my gosh. Oh, I am so sorry. I hope you are getting better and you'll be out soon. Bless your heart. I had no idea. I'm going to take my buddy, and a couple tricks about if you're brand new to embossing. This takes off the oils from your fingers off your cardstock, but you don't have to press hard. Just press lightly, and it just gets those oils off your fingers and things and anything, anything else. And then here's our Versamark and sending Christmas wishes. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up in our Versamark. And then I'm going to kind of just hold it there a little bit, make sure that Versamark gets in there. And of course, you can't really see it, can you? But that's okay. Yeah, that's all good. Now, I used to think I had to hurry, hurry, hurry. Well, you don't have to hurry too fast. But I mean, of course, the Versamark will dry eventually. But you have time. We're going to use this. We're using this Gold Wow metallic gold. And yes, I like keeping mine in. Yeah, I bet you do, Marilyn. I want to get out of there soon. I like keeping mine in my jar. It's just a thing that I have. So I'm using coffee filters, and then I'm just sprinkling this powder on the Versamark sentiment, and then I like to turn it over, and then I can look, and if I think I need to put some more, that maybe I didn't get good coverage, I can do that. And that looks good. And if you have some in the wrong place, you can always take your little paintbrush and, So then what I do is that I gather this and put my jar back inside, and then I save as much as I can. Just like that. And I just throw those coffee filters away. Now I could pour it in this container and use a spoon, and that works too. There's lots of different ways, but that just works for me. But the main thing is make sure you have the lid on here before you emboss, because you do not want embossing powder everywhere, right? Okay, I'm going to put this clip here, and then I'm going to bring in the heat tool. I'm going to turn it on to high, and I'm just going to keep it at one end so you can kind of see the magic. There it goes. I don't know if you can see it or not. So Marilyn, you had a really good idea. Yes, taking the erased on a pencil and the Versamark and emboss some of those ornaments on the tree that comes with this set. I love it. All right, so now I'm going to bring back our basic white and our old olive, and we're going to go ahead and add those together. And then we are going to add the trees and our embossed piece. Or not, our heat embossed sentiment. So don't worry that it curled up a little bit, because you're going to place it down here on your layers. I think that's a little, not quite as straight as I wanted to, but that's okay. You have that. Now we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. I always like to add one in the middle so it doesn't sag. Bring in our card base, and we're going to just slide that right by that bow. There we go. Bring it up just a little bit more. I didn't get that as straight as I wanted, but that's okay. We'll just fix it now, right? There we go. All right, now we're going to bring in those sequins again, and we're going to use the gold ones this time. So we're going to use, I'm going to use the, there's some medium. You got small, medium, and large and all of this. So I'm going to put one up here. I'm going to put one down right here. And then I'm going to put one over here. So here is our third Christmas card. So let me bring in the cards for you. So we first made Happy Birthday. Then we made the snowman. And then we have the trees. So which one is your favorite? Let me know which one is your favorite. So Pine Tree Trimmings, Festive Friends, and Layered Thoughts. And you can get this kit, all the pieces cut and everything. Just have to use your own stamping and ink by placing an order with me. And in the description, it tells you how you can do that. And I will send that kit to you absolutely free. Thanks, Marilyn. I agree. I think he is a cute snowman, and I love snowmen too. So I appreciate that. All right. Well, if you've watched me, then you know that it is just time for barn chats. All right. So barn chats is I answer any questions. tell you what's going on in Stampin' Up world or here at Rustic Barn Cards Studio. And so let me just, before I show you the cards for October Club, my September Club just shipped out yesterday. So it's time to talk about October. But before I do that, if you would like the card kit to make these 3 cards, I'll send them to you absolutely free. Just place at least a $50 order with me through this Sunday, October 5th. And I will send those out to you next week. If your order is $75 or more, then I will send you a package of embellishments, and it will either be the traditional sparkling sequins that we used on the 2 Christmas cards, or it will be a Cajun Craze and gold dots that we used on the birthday card. All right. So my club is Rustic Ink Creations. It is a subscription club. You can join any month. You need to sign up by the 15th through the 15th of the month. That's the last day to sign up for that month. So, for example, if you want this October club and you're not a club member, and if you're a club member, you don't need to sign up again. I already have you on my list. It's all good. But if you're not and you would like to give it a try, there's information in the description. We're going to be using Delicate Pines bundle. So this is a bundle that I'm using for October, and it has beautiful paper that coordinates with this. And the dies in this bundle even die cut some of the snowflakes out of the designer series paper. I love when that happens, right? Now, if you are a club member, you don't want to see the cards, then don't look. So there's 6 cards, and you'll receive 6 cards. You receive $25 of product. And here is the first one. It is a double Dutch. It opens up this way, and the doors open up this way. So that is the first card. Second card is also a fun fold. It opens up this way and this way. And then the last card is right here. And it says it's the most magical time of the year. All right, so those are the 6 cards, because you'll get 2 each of those 3 designs for October. And again, there's information in the description. All right, well, I really appreciate you being here, and trying to see. Thank you, Kathy. You love the trees. Yes, I think those trees are so elegant, especially when using that heat emboss and that beautiful ribbon, that beautiful gold ribbon. And I agree, Mary Lynn. I like gatefolds too. They are fun to make. Thanks for hanging out with me today, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you're watching the replay, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching me live. I really appreciate it. I hope all of you are doing well. And Mary Lynn, I want you to get well very soon, and I'll be touching base with you. Take care. I'm Terry Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.